God bless you. Thank you for joining us this evening here at the Temple of Clarity on this special event day. In our honoring of all the Divine Mothers, we have beloved Elisheva here, who is going to do the sound, heart-centered sound healing. And what an amazing day this has been with the rain and the rainbows and the brotherhood and sisterhood that we've been feeling here, just talking amongst ourselves, waiting for the 7:30 light to start where we are online. So before we start, I think we'll do the opening invocation, and then on the little button on your, you got it on? Okay. Let me switch the camera.
There it is.
Let's test that volume.
Testing 1, 2, 3. It's going to be a little louder in a minute when I start singing.
Okay. I want you to go for it.
I will go for it. You ready?
Okay, yes.
Okay. Hi, I'm Elisheva Herrera, and I'm going to be presenting Sound with Intention today. But first, we're going to start with an invocation, and we're going to bring in the angels. This is a song for calling in the angels. It's in Hebrew, but I think you're going to feel it, especially if you go into your heart center right now. So I want you to focus on the center of your chest where your heart is, or if you think the heart is in the cave or on the left side, right, so it doesn't matter. Somewhere in your chesticle area, focus your energy there. And just slow down your breathing and feel the present moment. Feel how easy it is to be here together, fully present in this moment, and just receive this. And you can take this time to call in your own angels, your guides, whoever it is that you call in. Take a moment to do that and just receive this. So this is a song for calling in the angels of peace, the angels of song, welcoming them in. The angels of the Holy One, blessed be He. Shalom Aleichem, Malachei HaShalom, Malachei Elyon, Mi Melech Malchei Hamlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Bohem leShalom, Malachei HaShalom, Malachei Elyon, Mi Melech Malchei Hamlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Barhuni leShalom, Malachei HaSharet, Malachei Elyon, Mi Melech Malchei Hamlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Tzedchem leShalom, Malachei HaShalom, Malachei Elyon, Mi Melech Malchei Hamlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. So thank you for joining us tonight. I'm Elisheva, and thank you, Dennis, for having me, and Ava, too. And my business is called Happy People, Happy Planet, the how and Tao of joyful living. So I love sharing tools for joyful living. And just because I'm called Happy People, Happy Planet doesn't mean that I think you should be happy all the time. That's just not possible. You know, we live in human form, and things happen in life. But if we allow all to pass through us, I believe that our natural state is joy. So, and I want to live in a place where people are happy because people are healthy and they give back to their communities when they're happy, and happy people make a happy planet. So that's the story behind that. And one of the things that I like to do to be happy is choosing joy, and one way to choose joy is to laugh. So I'm a laughter yoga leader, and that's just laughter for the sake of laughter, for feeling good. Because when you laugh, it gets your, the good hormones going, gets everything going. It relieves stress, puts you in the present moment, gets you out of your head and into your body. So I want to do just a little bit of laughter with everybody here. I want to hear some laughter. So I'll give you a little cue, and then we can laugh together. And the fun thing about it is we just make eye contact with each other, and we laugh together with each other. And that's what makes it real. So we're just going to do a little wave, like a queen's wave, and just laugh. Let me hear you laugh, Esther. Okay, very good, very good. Yay! And the reason I like to do that is to put you in the body first. Because when we're up here, joy is really down here. It's not really up here. This is fun, This is fun to be able to rationalize and, and do computer work, yeah? But the joy is right in here. So that's why I like to do laughter to start with. But we're going to do some sound with intention. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to talk about how to use sound with intention for empowerment, for healing, and then for manifestation. So when we do the manifestation, I have a whole sequence called Heart Moves. And it's an intentional drumming sequence using the 8 elements of the I Ching. And you don't have to remember any of this, but I'm telling you this now, because when we do that, you get a chance to come up with an intention, something that you want to manifest. That's why I'm telling you early, so maybe by that point you'll have something in mind. So the reason that I like to talk about using sound with intention is, well, a lot of reasons. Sometimes I see people out there doing all kinds of sound healing, and it's lovely, or just sounding bells or gongs and stuff. And the most powerful ones have an intention behind it. Sometimes you see people just, making sounds, and it's very nice, and maybe energy shifts. But if you really have an intention behind it, that's when it really works. And what is intention? What is intention? It's setting your mind, this is what I want to happen. Because it is said that the kingdom is given to us, right? The kingdom of God is ours, but it's our job to align with it. So we align with it by setting our intention. And then that gives us the receptive mode. We're telling the universe we're receptive to receiving that. And so that's what intention is. And here's how I know sound with intention is really powerful. Some years ago, I was using toning as a spiritual practice. Toning is when you use a sound on one note, like ah, that's toning. And I was toning because I had done all kinds of metaphysical studies and found that if I created everything in my life, either by consciously setting intention, unconsciously letting life happen, or through soul contract. That's what I came in with. That's what was decided that my soul needed to experience while on this earth plane. Then I could just release everything, And so I was using sound to release. And so I was doing this as a spiritual practice daily for months and months and months. And what came up was one day, all of a sudden I saw the sound waves. So, 10 minutes of doing something like drumming or sounding can put you in alpha state. And alpha state is when both sides of the brain are harmonized, when head and heart come together. It's that creative point where I can see energy sometimes when I get into alpha state, as can other people. It's that creativity, it's that 0 point. So I had gotten into alpha state, and all of a sudden I saw the energy. And the sound waves started behind me and went way, 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 way out. And there was no end to them. And it was fascinating. It's like, wow, this is really cool. So I thought, what would happen if I had an intention of love with that sound? And so I mustered up all the love I could find in my heart, and which is pretty easy because I was really in love at the time. So it was an easy thing to do. And then and then I sent it out into the sound. And then I could still see the sound waves, but now with that intention of love, they became white light. And that white light dissipated all the darkness in the way. And it was pretty cool. And I liked it. I liked it a lot. So I kept doing that. So what that made me do was to start really living from the heart. Because I noticed when I was in that state, wow, I felt so good. I felt free. There was no emotional pain, no mental mumbo jumbo, nothing but being in the heart. So I kind of got addicted to being there, And I could tell when I wasn't there, because then I'd get out of the flow, or anytime I'm in fear or doubt or any of that, I'm not in the heart, So it made me really start living from there. So I call that living from the heart, not just making decisions from the heart, but really living there. And that's how I get my best life. That's how magical things happen. So I began cultivating singing with an intention of love and sounding with an intention of love with incredible results. And I'd be singing, I sang at New Thought churches. I used to be a music director at a New Thought church. And I would make the rounds and go sing these songs in different churches. And I'd be singing the happiest song, like, forget your troubles, come on, get happy. Gonna chase all your cares away. Shout hallelujah, come on, get happy. And then somebody would just just start having this crying fest and have to leave. And I thought, wow, that's an interesting response to a happy song. But then later they'd tell me, something in your singing just burst my heart wide open, and I had to forgive an old thing that I was unable to forgive before. So it was working. That intention of love was being felt. And then it had profound effects on animals as well. And so that was fun. First one was a huge bull. I think it's published online somewhere, but I've got lots of animal stories. But one of my favorites was I was in Morgan Hill up by San Jose on the side of a hill. And this woman I know who had needed a drum circle because she had lost her husband and her father within 1 week of each other, one expected, one unexpected. So after 3 months, she called me in for a drum circle to transform the energy, get her to the next step. And all her friends gathered around for support to bring their drums and to help her out. But meanwhile, I got there about an hour early so that I could counsel her and prepare for the ceremony. And her brother and his friend were on the back porch, and they said they had seen a bunch of turkeys in the morning. Wild turkeys. And I'd never seen wild turkeys before. I was like, and they said as soon as they saw us, they ran away. I was like, I want to see those turkeys. So I went to the side of the hill, and I went into my heart with this intention of love, and then I started to sound, to tone, just with that love, and just And pretty soon I can hear, and there were a lot of them. There were at least a dozen, maybe 20 female turkeys, and then one tom turkey. That guy had a harem, you know. There were a lot of them. And so all the female turkeys came around me, just making all kinds of noise with me. And they were just loving on me. And somebody told me later, weren't you scared? Those are big birds. I'm like, no, I wasn't, not at all. It was fun. But the tom turkey stayed back. He was very skeptical. You know, he's like, what do you want? You know, what are you doing here in my turf? What do you want? And so I just kept toning and toning. And pretty soon he came around and he did this very dramatic. He took his wings, he went, and then he started to go all around me. And so, yay, I won him over. So the singing with an intention of love has all kinds of benefits, personal, and then can also affect others for good, you know? So here's how it can be empowering. It can be empowering because if you, say you have PTSD or, you know, things that you need to get over, you can do, there are all kinds of therapies you can do, you know, EFT, you can do, go to a therapist, there's all kinds of manner of things you can do. But I'm telling you, if you keep going into the heart, that stuff just dissolves. And it keeps dissolving because the heart is where your inner guidance speaks to you. It is the way that, you know, that you access the divine. So you keep doing that and everything starts to melt away. Everything starts to melt away. So I want to give you that experience of sounding with an intention of love. And sometimes it's hard for people to get to that place of love because it's a 4-letter word for some people. So sometimes gratitude works better, you know? So whatever it is for you, or joy, if you can easily access joy, I know somebody over here can, then then that's another way to do it. And that's why I started with laughter, so that we could get in our bodies. So we're already a step ahead, you know. Yes, like dancing. Yeah, dancing gets you into your body too. You stop thinking, and going into the heart actually stops the brain. It's the way to stop the brain. It'll stop the fight or flight response. Yeah, you do it enough. So let's do it again. We started with going into the heart when I sang the song. So let's try that together. So what you do is go into the heart. The center of your chest, where the heart chakra is what I do. But you can go into any part of the heart that you want, that you feel comfortable with. And actually, look inside there. What do you see? Do you see a flame? Do you see a bright light? And it's different for everyone. So just let the breathing slow down naturally as you look within. Just let go of the breath. And you can throw into the heart any stress, any tension that you've had during the day, anything unlike peace or joy or love. Just imagine a flame in the center of your chest and throw what you no longer need in there. Or if you have repetitive thoughts, let them melt like butter and just throw them into the flame of the heart. So the heart can be used for release as well. And now that you're deep into the heart, come up with a feeling of either gratitude or love or joy, something that makes you feel good. So we're going to take the sound ah, because the Dalai Lama says the sound ah is the sound of love. It's a sound that is used in many languages for the word love. So take the ah sound with that feeling of gratitude or love or joy in the heart, and sound with me. And whatever you're comfortable with, however loud you want to be or soft you want to be, just as long as you have that feeling. And it's okay to think of something that makes you feel that way. Sometimes I think of a dog I had who was so wonderful. And she's not with me anymore, but I'm still so grateful for all the time I had with her. She was just a delight. She was just a love. And that always brings me into the heart. So if you need something to think about to get you there into that feeling, that's okay. That's great. And it becomes more and more natural the more you do it. So now take that feeling and take a deep breath and ah with me. One more time. Let's do it a little more. Does that feel yummy? Yummy, 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 yummy. Hello and welcome. Welcome, welcome. So we're talking about sound with intention, and we just went into the heart with gratitude and love, and we had an experience of that. And so that's what using sound with intention is about. And the reason we want to go into the heart is because, I don't know if anybody's heard of Dr. Joe Dispenza. Yeah, so he's a scientist who is proving that when you put thought and feeling together, it creates. In metaphysics, we've known that for a long time. You put thought and feeling together, and it's creative. So how do you do that? You have a vision that you want to experience. And I used this recently with my brother-in-law. I won't name him, but he's a scientist, and he had some health issues, and I was like, he actually said it was okay to pray for him. So I was praying for him, and I was like, okay, how am I going to reach him? What can I do for him besides my own prayer? How can I reach this guy who's very, scientific? And it's like, Joe Dispenza, yes, scientist. So Joe Dispenza says that if you have a vision that you engage in, say you want perfect health. So you have an ailment, you want perfect health. The way to achieve that is to have the vision, but also a good feeling in the heart. So that's what we just did, that good feeling in the heart, either gratitude or joy or love, and you combine it with a vision, and what that does is it creates grooves in the brain, and the brain tells the body what to do. So this is epigenetics. Epigenetics is the science of the DNA. So 40% of our DNA that we come with is fixed, like the color of your skin, your hair, your eyes, all that's fixed. But 60% of it is influenced by what we think and feel. So we have so much dominion over our experience because we have dominion over what we think and feel. So when we combine that with our vision, then thought and feeling come together and create manifestation, right? So that's why I like to talk about sound with intention. This is the intention of going into the heart with a vision, but when you put it with sound, it just manifests so much faster. You know, that's what prayer is for. Oh, yeah, you put movement on top of it some more. Actually, I have a system that I do. I do the mantras, the bija mantras with sound and movement. Yeah, I have a whole sequence of that. That's for another time. But yes, it is so powerful when you put it all together. But tonight we're talking about sound with intention. So putting the vision with the intention, right? But then you put the sound behind the intention. It's like, whew, it's like lightning speed, you know. As I was saying earlier, one day I saw the sound waves, and they just went forever. And as soon as I put an intention of love with it, it became white light and dissipated all the darkness in the way. And so that made me just really start focusing on that intention of love with my voice. Not just in singing, but also when I speak to people, when I'm engaging with people. This is like the real namaste. This is not just, you know, the word namaste. This is like, I'm living in this heart space, and I see that in you too. You know, that's the part of you I want to see, you know. And anyway, so it's really awesome. I love it. And I'm so glad to share it with you. So the empowerment comes when you live in that heart space and you get, you know, you have your everyday things going on. Somebody cuts you off in traffic, or, you know, something happens and it's like, sure, you get off center. Yeah, that's normal, right? You don't get cut off in traffic and then just like, you know, oh, it's okay. Sometimes you do, sometimes you don't. But you know, you can get back into your center by going into your heart. And that stops the fight or flight response, that stops the head from going crazy, you know, and anyway, it's good stuff. So healing, people use sound for healing. I have a friend, Arjan, who, I don't know if I should have mentioned her, sorry Arjan, but no, she's a gongstress, so she cured herself of cancer by using sound healing. Gongs, bowls, toning, the works. And it is phenomenal. And there's a lot of research about it now because sound is vibration. And we are vibrating beings. We're always vibrating at different energies. So when you use sound, that's vibration acting upon vibration. That's why it changes everything. You know, so that's why it speeds it up. It speeds up that intention. Things go faster, you know. So I always recommend to people to pray out loud. If you're praying, pray out loud. You know, praying in your head, that's nice. You maybe stopping the mental chatter, but even more so out loud because you are really directing the energy then, you know. Or what? Prayer is your singing, yeah. Uh-huh. Yeah, exactly. Yes. Oh, I like that. Those who sing pray twice. Who said that? You did. Trista said it. Those who sing pray twice. Catholics say that. Okay. Those who sing pray twice. So true. There was a book called The Mozart Effect by Don Campbell, and this guy did sound healing, and he healed himself 2 times from brain cancer by toning. So he would use his intention for healing with his sound, and it shrank the brain tumor, and it shrank the brain tumor till there was nothing there. And he did that twice. And people do it all the time. You know, it's pretty easy to do, but maybe we don't know about it, or maybe we haven't tried it, or, you know, it's something new for a lot of people. Actually, there are sound machines now, vibration machines, that are dissolving kidney stones and things like that. So science is finding more and more that these things work. Yes. Yes. Songs from the masters for certain organs. Yes. That's true. Uh-huh. That's very good. Yes, Carlos. Yes, Carlos. We are creators, co-creators. Mm-hmm. Right. Mm-hmm. Yes. Mm-hmm. How can we use sound to heal? How we tune into it. Yes, that's what we're talking about. To create the space. Mm-hmm, the frequency. Uh-huh. Well, that's why you want to go into the heart, because the intuition is there. That's where your strongest intuition is. In fact, it's scientifically proven, heart math has proved that if you do the exercises to go into the heart, it increases your intuition. So when you have an increase of intuition, then you will be guided into what sounds that you need. Intuition is connection to God, yeah. And that comes from being in the heart. Yeah. So the more that you do that, the more clear that it gets. Yes. One time I was with my father, and we were driving from Illinois to Texas. And I closed my eyes, and all of a sudden I saw that, oh, there's going to be a cop in about a half mile. I'm like, Dad, slow down. There's a cop. This is a good way to use intuition, right? And so he slows down. He's like, wow, how did you know that? And I'm like, wait, slow down. There's another cop in another half mile. And so he's like, what? And so then he keeps slowing down. He slows down. It's like, no, there's another one. There were 8 in a row. Every half mile. It was the whole sting. I was like, he's like, wow. It's like, he called me a bruja, witch. I'm like, come on, you know that. You grew up, I grew up in your house. You knew that. So you can tune into these things. This is a very specific kind of intuition. There's other types of intuition. But the more you go into the heart, the more you can hear, the more you are attuned to what's going on around you, the more you can see beyond the scene, see beyond what's there, see with the third eye, So going into the heart gets you into your intuition, which then will tell you what sounds that you need. It will become obvious. And then when you start to listen, you say, what sound do I need? Maybe you'll hear like a bell outside, or something that actually you hear, and then you realize, that's the sound that I need. So you live in the flow. And so then all of the synchronicities start to happen. The synchronicities. And then you listen. And then you get it. Or you'll hear the sound of a hawk. Oh, that's the sound that I need. And you make that sound. Because the most powerful thing is when you make your own sound that you need. And there are some people that can work with you and tell you what that sound is. Or actually, I think there are machines now that can do that as well. But the most powerful is when you make your own sound. Yeah. So I want you to think of something that you want to heal. Have something in mind that you want to heal, maybe in your body or in your life. Whatever it is that you want is fine. But of course, then we first have to go into the heart again. So what we're going to do is do it again. We're going to slow down the breathing, go into the heart chakra, or the cave of the heart, somewhere in the heart center, wherever you want to think of that is okay. But just feel your way in there. And you can feel your way in there by thinking of something that you're grateful for. can be a loved one. It can be a perfect day that you had recently. It could be, I got a gift from a friend today unexpectedly. It was so sweet. I was so grateful for it. Just go into the heart with that good feeling and just breathe deeply into it. Follow it into your heart. And let it just warm you. Let it warm your body. Let it warm your soul. And now think of that place in your life that you want to send that energy to, if it's a bodily part, an organ. And here you can either tone or make any sound that you want. And it's okay, because I'm going to make some sounds, and I can drown you out easily. So you don't have to feel, this is not about sounding pretty. It's about what the sound wants to do. So let that sound come forth and have a visual of where it's going. And just send it there. Good. Yeah, I felt like everybody was tuning in to what they needed. And that's exactly what you want to do. Yeah. And sometimes, we find what works for us. For me, those high-pitched sounds pierce at the end. It just like cut, like Archangel Michael's sword. They just cut right through, Of course, you can always call in your angels. We did that at the start, called in our angels to help. And I highly recommend that you ask them to come in with you. So we did sound for healing, and now we're going to do some sound for manifestation. So here's where you get to set your intention. And what I'm going to do while you're thinking of what your intention is for manifesting is going to tell you a little bit about this process that I do called Heart Moves. And Heart Moves is an intentional drumming sequence. And what I'm doing is I'm drumming the 8 elements of the I Ching in a very specific way. And you'll understand as we go along. So this is a journey. This is journey work. So that I ask that you can write if you want, but just don't take any pictures. Just respect everybody else's space, because everybody else is going through their own journey. So Heart Moves, how did it come about? I started drumming the I Ching about maybe 20 years ago already. And the I Ching is an ancient system of transformation from the Tao Te Ching. And it's over 5,000 years old. And it's amazing. It uses 8 elements found in nature. So anybody can relate to it. We live with these 8 elements, and they live inside us. So we're constantly dancing with them, even though we might not realize it. Today we had all of the elements, didn't we? We had the rain. Yeah. We had the sun. We had the earth getting wet under our feet. Anyway, these elements are powerful, and you'll see that they all have their own different signatures. And so I want to take you on this journey called Heart Moves. So please set an intention. What is it that you want to manifest? What is your heart longing for? And you don't have to share it with anybody. Afterwards, we will share if anybody wants to share. But for now, we're going to take this journey into the heart to manifest your heart's desire. So we are co-creators with God. And our way that we co-create is that we align with what we want. And I firmly believe that the journey is to be joyful. And that is God speaking through us. Go this way. Go in this direction. Here, there, Come this way, my beloved. So that is the divine speaking through us, through our desires. So it's important to honor those desires, to go after them, and of course to get help along the way. Because it is the universe speaking through you. And the universe, when you set your intention and it is in alignment, the universe opens up to give you what you want. And why wouldn't it? Because we're each and every one of us born with certain gifts and talents. And so when we're given those and we go after them, we are so fully supported, because the universe wants us to be exactly who we are and share those gifts and talents. That's what they were given for. So desire, manifestation, that's the way that we express the divine through us. Yeah. So everybody have an intention? Yeah. Intentions? You have intentions? Okay. So what we're going to do is go through the elements. So, and you can talk afterwards. Just now I want you to really go in and follow the heart. Follow the rhythms into your heart. We begin with the element of mountain. And it sounds like mountain, keeping still. And mountain is contemplating what your desire is. Contemplating what it is that you're wanting to manifest. And why? What's your why? Why does that want to manifest? So go into that. And mountain is solid. Mountain is that space in you that's always connected to the divine. You are the mountain keeping still. So go within, into the mountain. And if you feel called to make sounds, that's fine. Mountain keeping still. The next element is earth. Earth, the divine feminine energy of allowing. So earth, now that you've declared your desire, sometimes what comes up is that there was resistance you might not have known was there. So earth is that acceptance of what has been, acceptance of everything that has come until this point. So allowing everything to pass through you into Mother Earth. So the energy of allowing is very powerful, because as we allow everything, we resist nothing. And that's when the real healing comes. So the divine feminine energy of Mother, Mother, Mother. Mother, Mother, Mother. Mother, Mother, Mother. Mother, Mother, Mother. Mother, Mother. Mother, Mother. And what Mother Earth energy does is also put us in receptive mode. Divine Mother guides us, she loves us, she feeds us. She gives us all that we need for the journey. And now that we have accepted where we are, where we have been, we've accepted and allowed, and there's no more resistance, now we can really let go of anything that gets in the way. And this is the energy of fire, the transformative energy of fire, burning fire. And you can imagine a fire in the middle of the room, and you just throw anything that no longer serves in the fire. You don't need to name it, you just need to feel it. So take this energy of fire into your heart and let it have its way with you. Fire, burning fire, release. And you can sound if you like. Fire, burning fire, fire, burning fire, fire, burning. Ooh, ah, ha, 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 ha. Let go, let go, let go, let go. Ha, ho, ha, 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 ho, ha, 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 ho, ha, 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 Fire, burning fire. Fire, burning fire. Fire, burning fire. Ah! Oh! Ah! Ah! Oh! Ah! 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 Oh! Ah! Oh! 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 the smoke from the fire, and the wind is gentle. Gentle wind blows. The wind is gentle like the deer that touches so gently, so softly on the ground. The wind is gentle, bringing in new energy. The wind is gentle persistence and reminds you that with this gentle energy you can chip away at the biggest monolith there is with this gentle wind. Gentle persistence, the persistence of staying with what you want, but in such a gentle manner. So gentle wind blows, let it blow. Let it blow all the old away, the old smoke, bringing in new energy. Gentle wind blows, gentle wind blows, gentle wind blows, gentle wind blows, gentle wind blows. And now that the past is behind us and the new energy is coming in, we can focus on what it is we set our intention for. Focus on what we want to manifest. And we do that in the energy of lake. Lake is joyful. And the reason we use this here is because joy is a shortcut to manifesting. So when there's something that you desire it because you believe it will bring you joy. So if you go into the joy, then things manifest faster. So go into the joy with your heart's desire. And the tantric practitioners say that if you have a smile on your face when you are visualizing what you want to manifest, that's also good. And you can laugh here, but just imagine that it's already done. It's already here, and you're feeling that joy of it being here. So lake is joyful. Lake is joyful. Lake is joyful. Lake is joyful. Is joyful. Lake is joyful. Mm-hmm. 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 Yes. Say yes to your good. Yes. 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 Yes, 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 yes. 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 Yes, 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 yes. 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 Yes, 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 yes. Yes, 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 yes. Yes, yes, yes. Yes, 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 yes. Yes, 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 yes. Yes, yes, yes. 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 Yes. Yes, yes. Yes. Yes, yes. Is joyful. Lake is joyful. Lake is joyful. Lake is joyful. Yes, yes, yes. 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 Yes, 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 yes. Yes, 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 yes. Yes, yes. Yes, yes. Yes, 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 yes. Lake is joyful. That brings us to the energy of thunder. Thunder is power. And thunder is that shock of energy that you feel when you hear the thunder, like we did today here in Southern California. And what happens when you feel that thunder is like you wake up. You're fully present. All of your senses are available. right? So here's where we use all of our senses to visualize what it is that we want. It's already here. What does it smell like? What does it taste like? What does it feel like? Where is it in your body? Where is it in your heart? And really go into your heart with that feeling of gratitude that it's already here. It's already manifested. So lake is joyful. Although lake is joyful, we already did that. Thunder is power. So you are a powerful co-creator. So use that energy of thunder to embody everything about what it is you want to manifest here. Thunder is power. What does it feel like? What does it look like? What does it taste like? What does it feel like? How do I look when I'm doing it? How am I? Who am I? Thunder is power. Thunder is power. Thunder is power. Yeah. Ha. Ah. Thunder is power. Thunder is power. Thunder is power. Thunder's power, thunder's power, thunder's power, thunder's power. I am power too. I am power, thunder's power, thunder's power, thunder's power. I am power too. 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 I am power. I am power. I am power. I am power. Now that we've embodied the intention, embodied what it is we desire, we can let it go and be in the flow, and water is the flow. So be like the water, like the river that flows to the ocean. Like the one that flows into the infinite, the absolute. Because that is what we are. We are one with the infinite, with the absolute. So like the river that flows to the ocean, we are the water. You are the flow itself. So let go. Surrender to the flow. Water flows deeply. Water flows deeply. Water flows deeply. Flow. Flow. Water flows deeply. Went down to the river to pray, studying about that good old way, and who shall wear the robe and crown? Good Lord, show me the way. Oh, sister, let's go down. Come on down. Don't you want to go down? Oh, sister, let's go down. Down to the river to pray. As I went down to the river to pray, studying about that good old way, and who shall wear the robe and crown? Good Lord, show me the way. Oh, brother, let's go down. Come on down. Don't you want to go down? Oh, brother, let's go down. Down to the river to pray. I surrender. I surrender. I surrender. I trust. I trust. I trust in the flow. I trust in the flow. I surrender. I surrender. I trust in the flow. I trust in the flow. I surrender. I surrender. I trust in the flow. I trust in the flow. I surrender. I surrender. I flow. I flow. I flow. I flow. Now that we've let go, now that we've been in the feminine energy of beingness and allowed all to be and aligned with our intention, now we can ask for divine guidance on what is the next step. And that's the energy of taking action. That's the divine masculine energy. So we had the divine feminine earlier on. Now we have the divine masculine energy. So we can be divinely inspired, divinely guided. So listen here. Go into your heart and listen. What is the next step? Because as you take a step within the next 24 hours, then the universe will give you another one and another one. That's telling the universe you're ready. It's telling the universe you're acting on that desire, and it will give you more and more steps to take. And you may start out slowly, but pretty soon you'll be walking fast, and then you'll be running. So Father Sky is the energy of taking action. Father Sky, Father, show me, show me. Show me, Father, Father, show me. Father Sky, show me. Father Sky, show me. Show me, I am ready, show me. Show me, I am ready, show me. Show me, Father, show me. Show me. Show me, show me. Show me, show me, show me, show me, show me, Father, show me, show me, show me, show me what to do, show me, Father, Father, show me what to do, Father, show me, Father Sky. Father Sky, show me. Father Sky, show me. Father Sky, show me. Father Sky. Father Sky. Father Sky. Father Sky. Father Sky. Those are the 8 elements, and there's just one more left to do. That is number 11 from the I Ching, and the symbol is peace. It is harmony, which is the balance of masculine and feminine energies. So it's the balance of being and doing, the balance of giving and receiving, the balance of head and heart. And it is the balance of thinking and feeling. And as we said earlier, when you put thought and feeling together, that's when manifestation happens. So peace will get you to that 0 point. So go into your heart with the peace. And it will also leave the seed planted. So this is peace. The balance of masculine and feminine energies. And then after this, we'll have just a short little meditation, and then we will share. So Father, Sky, Mother, 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 Father, Sky, Mother, Mother, Father, Sky, Mother, Father, Sky, Mother. I've got peace like a river. I've got peace like a river. I've got peace like a river in my soul. I've got peace like a river. I've got peace like a river. I've got peace. I've got peace in my soul. I've got peace like a river. I've got peace like a river. I've got peace like a river in my soul. I've got peace like a river. I've got peace like a river. I've got peace. I've got peace in my soul. I've got peace like a river. I've got peace like a river. I've got peace like a river in my soul. I've got peace like a river. I've got peace like a river. I've got peace. I've got peace in my soul. So let's just sit in quiet meditation for just a couple of minutes so we can integrate and notice where that peace resides in your body. Can you still hear the sound? Is it in your heart? Coming back to the present moment, bringing all the gifts with you. Wiggling your toes, your hands, moving in your body, just making sure you're present and grounded. It's really important to have quiet after the sound because that's where the potent energy is. You know, you have all that sound and all of a sudden it's quiet. It's like, and it brings you back to yourself. So I would like to open it up to discussion and see if anybody would like to share anything about their journey. I know sometimes people get in trance state after this. And maybe not. Dennis, is there anything you would want to share?
Yes, I would like to say it was a journey.
Can you put the camera
And
on you?
it
Because you look so nice in
there's
your...
yeah, I have 3 cameras,
Oh,
so
okay, right, okay.
it's not just this one
Right.
here. I have one right on me. So it was a journey. It is a journey, and
Yeah.
sound is such a powerful medium.
Yeah.
And I've never, really gone to a drumming thing ever before. And so I could see, the beautiful benefits in it. And the words and your voice was so mesmerizing, so entrancing and beautiful, and the singing with the drumming was a magical journey for me, and I really, really enjoyed it. Thank you so much. And the wisdom that you also add to your explanation of all the elements. I got insights and clarity on higher understandings. And that's what enlightenment is, really. It is when we get these little glimpses of truth. And when that happens, it's embedded in our souls. We have it. It's there. And we get that, now I get it, a little bit more, a little bit more. It doesn't always happen in, one big enlightenment bolt of lightning. Sometimes it's these little glimpses, a little bit, as we are on that journey that every one of us are on. So thank you so much for that beautiful sharing.
Thank you for your sharing. That's awesome. Were there any elements that resonated with you more than others?
The one that I remember the most was peace.
Yeah.
Maybe because it was towards the end. So I love the fire and how you put the energy in the fire and the power of the fire. That was pretty dramatic, and that's how I see myself as like a fire being, like not just a physical being. Like I'm more ethereal, more of a fire being.
Yes.
So I kind of see my origin.
I forgot to mention that when there's group energy and like people aren't expressing, then even more comes out of me. It's like I have to express for the group, So if people aren't making sounds and there's like all this energy, it's got to come through. Yeah. So I'm the conduit for that too. Thank you for sharing. And also, sometimes there's one element that doesn't resonate at all and could like really feel like static energy for us. And that's actually the one we need to work with. For me, sometimes it's water, because I'm such fire. Fire is my element, goddess of transformation here. So sometimes it's water, and sometimes I have a hard time getting into the rhythm of water. It didn't happen today, but sometimes it does. So it's interesting to see what elements resonate and what don't at all. Yeah, it's very telling. Yeah. Would anyone else like to share anything? Thank you.
All right.
Can you tell us your name?
I'm Gibran.
I know. Gibran.
And I've been make a lot of music on my free time, and most of it's been on my phone. But I have this app called GarageBand, and it gives me access to all these different sounds and things. And so I make myself a beat, and I add different instruments, and it's a lot of fun. I get lost in it. It's, I don't know, like my passion, my side thing. Awesome. And I also rap, and so I make my own songs and stuff like that. And so this was perfect for me. I mean, this is really amazing, and what I want to do with my music to kind of take it to the next level, you know, take it from the profane to the sacred or whatnot. And certainly with a whole rap genre, there's plenty of profane that I can transmute.
Yeah, that's awesome.
But yeah, so this, I don't know, just overall, it was pretty exciting and really cool. And I have access to all these different noises, and then I get to use my voice, and I love it. And I put my headphones on, and I have all the sound that I've created, like the instrument, and then I can put my voice into it, and then it's all about flow, and like, anyways, it's really amazing. And
that's great that you're doing that.
so, yeah.
It's a wonderful expression. Yeah, I use my GarageBand too. So the elements that we heard today, I forgot to tell you, I have an app called Tao Now that I've created of the 64 hexagrams of the I Ching. And so it's for, you can get it on iPhone, it's an iOS product, and it's free. So you get the 64 hexagrams, but then you get the drumming from them as well. So
Yeah, in fact, I was kind of thinking about while you were drumming. I was like,
Yeah.
oh, well,
So here's what it looks like. You ask a question. There. So there's power. We did that power. That's the one that we did. So that's what it looks like. Thunder over thunder. Because in the I Ching there's 2 trigrams, and a trigram is one element. So power is thunder over thunder. And that's... it's better with headphones or speakers, but so you can get, the sound. And what that does for you is what we did here tonight is you really embody it. It's like another way of accessing. It's kinesthetic, so it gives you the visceral experience of it as well. And there's 10 meditations which were created on a sacred mountain in India called Arunachala. And the peace meditation is free, because I think peace should always be free. But all of the drum sounds that we heard are free. And you can set it. People use it in all kinds of ways. The default is 10 minutes, because that's what it takes to get into alpha state. So don't use it while you're driving or, operating heavy machinery. But you can set it up to infinity. And the reason I put infinity on there is because sometimes I like to go to bed at night with my headphones in and I listen to peace, because peace is creative. As we said earlier, it's thought and feeling come together and creating matter. If I go to bed listening to peace, I wake up with all kinds of ideas and even songs. So it's called Tao Now, I Ching drumming for triumphant living. And so the reason, thank you for talking about GarageBand, because what I've been doing is taking the drum samples from my app and creating different loops with them. So earth, fire, air, water. And then I'm in the middle of creating one using the heart moves, which we just did with chakra clearing. And I've got one for joy. That's not just the joy, but it's like emptiness. And then joy is like really putting you in the body with joy. So, and those are all on my Shopify account for Happy People, Happy Planet. But I'm having so much fun doing them, and then putting vocals on top. And I know at some point I'll create songs with these samples too. Yeah. So was there any certain element that you resonated with, Gibran?
When we were talking about like your thoughts and your emotions kind of going together for the manifestation, and then also with the sound, I kind of been thinking a lot about this personally. Like, I think it would be really cool to master creating music and stuff in a way where I don't know, I could create almost like a spell or like a manifestation with my songs.
Right.
And then especially I listen to my own music a lot because I'm always trying to work on it and make it better and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So someday I'd like to make some powerful songs that can manifest things into this world and into my life, and that's my goal.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yep. So use that power of intention with that music.
No, I'm excited next time I do it just to have.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was good.
Great. Thank you for sharing.
This was an experience for me again.
And your name?
My name is Carlos.
Carlos?
Yes,
you.
this was an experience, again, of alignment.
Yes.
I used to work with shamanic sounds, drum, rattles, and combine it and empowering with scent. And actually, what I've been experiencing again is that space where there is absence. There is no emotion, there is no feeling, there is no thought. It's just absence. Absence of Carlos.
The void. Yeah. The
And
abyss.
you remind me that I used to work actually with the elements
You
and
did.
making with my clients, depending who they are and wherever, and just using the rain sounds,
Yeah.
waterfalls, the wind, and with my drum, actually balancing the chakras, harmonizing them.
Yes.
And that was very effective, not only for them, but for me.
Sure. 'Cause you get it
go-
first.
to trip in that space again of absence, that I am not doing it. It's the absence doing it.
Yeah.
And this experience today was again like I have to start doing it again.
Good. It
Yeah,
inspired you.
to start doing it again, and that brings me kinesthetically a joy, as you might see in my face.
I could see that.
Which is sprouting from within, burning from within. The fact that my spirit is trying to manifest again through this shamanism, because this is shamanism.
Yes.
This is an ancient tradition from which I've been aligned, and this has been a session of reconnection again to the vibration and resonance of the planet.
Beautiful.
And I remember with Dennis, we went to Yosemite and we did a tough hike, and we were really in the middle of nowhere. And it's when God spoke to me with the language of the rainbow. His beauty, his resonance, his rarified scents and vibrations. And I remember that with Dennis, we were observing the little creeks and the rivers and little waterfalls. It was actually a language that it could transport me to that space again to listen. And I thank you so much.
Thank you, Carlos. You're speaking my language. I totally get it.
Thank you so much for realigning again and awakening the unknown in me.
You're welcome.
Because it's the unknown. I don't know what it is, but it's the unknown.
Yeah.
It's something which I don't want to put concepts or names because it doesn't fit.
Right.
But anyway, so thank you so much.
Thank you. Would you like to share it for us?
So
And you are?
I'm Boris. Boris, and I teach. That's something that's very powerful. Movement,
Yes.
music, songs. That's ideas in a powerful circle meditation. So that's very, very, very powerful. What you're doing
but I'm adding extra layers with all people together, doing and expressing ideas, conscious ideas through movement. So it's a very powerful. So when you started initially with setting up intentions for healing, I felt it very strong because I wanted to hear a little hernia, and I was just sending when you were drumming, how it's healing, and I was really feeling how it's coming back and everything is getting very powerfully. So I felt it was really working, so I had to do more of that. It's really reminding me, and I'm very good at usually when I listen to a piece of music, I can really imagine myself into the moment of manifesting certain things, and I have to do it more often. Then you're just reminding me that that's such a powerful gift with music and the intention of the heart, you're feeling it, and the mind is right there, and you're all in one. So it's a very powerful experience, and I really enjoy also the silence after that.
Yes.
It's just like all that work,
It's
and then
golden.
and then everything comes together into one.
All the gold comes
all
in the
gold,
silence.
yes. I remember Deva Primao and Mitten, they were singing, and I said, we're doing all that singing for the moment of silence between the songs. That's where the magic happens.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you for sharing. And I wanted to let you know, Boris, that sometimes I do heart moves for dancing. For
Yeah, I would like to explore
for
that.
movement. Oh, it's pretty powerful when people move to it. It's fun.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so I can do heart moves for movement or for visioning, like what we did today in various groups. I use it as a coaching tool myself. So I'm a spiritual mentor, and I'm happy to come and do heart moves for workshops, for universities, for different venues. I love doing it.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Thank
you.
There was something so interesting that you were mentioning, that movement.
What was interesting?
It was so interesting that I was actually containing myself
From
not to step
moving?
in the floor.
Yeah.
Yeah,
containing
myself, like, why,
No,
my
why
brain
did you?
is-
Why did
coming
you
in like,
contain yourself?
I mean,
That was,
you know. But I was really, really into the movement.
Yeah.
Manifesting through my body.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
to manifest that.
Yeah.
That, which is not me dancing. It's like I'm moved by
Right.
it.
Yeah.
It's not the but
Yeah.
no, it's something coming
Yes.
to make earthly movements,
Yeah.
flow movements. It's like the portraying through my body the elements.
Yes. You move with the elements.
To move with the elements.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
They all have their own signatures, and they feel different in the body.
They feel busy in the
Yeah.
body. And I was feeling that. Yeah.
Good.
Very, very present.
I'm looking forward to doing more with movement, because then I know as I do more and more, like certain movements will come with certain elements. Yes, the embodiment. Yeah.
Right.
All in one. The will is the movement, and then we have the heart's feeling as we're feeling it, and the mind, and all in one.
All in one.
Yeah.
I like combining all of the senses. I've done it my whole life, actually. Did you want to share it?
Oh, just this small thing of just the second one that
Your
you.
name? My name is?
Oh, I'm Trissa. I could see in the second one, I don't remember which one it was, but I could really see myself as a flame dancing around, and then I realized it was your voice that was the
Wow.
flame.
You really went into it.
It was kind of interesting.
That's awesome.
Yeah, beautiful.
Thank you. You don't have to share if you don't want.
I'm not really in the mood for sharing, but
That's
it was
okay.
definitely beautiful. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah.
You don't have to share if you don't want. So, thank you so much for participating, everyone, and for sharing. And I hope that love for you to write down your shares or a little bit, just little sound bites, because usually I get people in a trance state and I forget to ask them for some feedback that I can, write somewhere. So we are concluding here, and I just want to thank Dennis for having me. And I'm Elisheva Herrera of happypeoplehappyplanet.com. And you can reach me at happypeoplehappyplanet@gmail.com. And the app is called Tao Now. And you can find that on the Apple App Store, or you can find it on through the website BeTaoNow, BeTaoNow.com. And what else? I am a spiritual mentor. I do facilitate retreats, so I use sound, movement, and arts to help people access greater love and joy and their potentials, higher potentials. And so I'm so grateful to have been here. And we close the circle, thanking all of our guides and angels for being here with us. Love and joy and gratitude for this moment and for all the gifts here tonight and all that we are and all that we are becoming in this God consciousness. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So it is.
Thank you so much. Thank you, everybody on the broadcast. I just want to mention we have people from Australia, from Sweden, from Mexico, from New York City, from Oceanside even. So it was people from all over tuning in. And on the Temple of Clarity Facebook page, we'll make sure to have links to your website and your more information about your app. Okay. You can put there also.
And I would also love to hear feedback from people around the world.
And also, yes, if you want to write any feedback, you can either post it on the Temple of Clarity Facebook page or Temple of Clarity YouTube channel. It will be there.
Or send me an email.
Or send an email.
happypeoplehappyplanet.
happypeoplehappyplanet@gmail.com. God bless you, everybody. We will be broadcasting again on Tuesday. Yes, on Tuesday for the meditation and discussion. We'll see you then. And good night, everybody. God bless you.